Pension Ponzi scheme. This video explains how all pension plans built on fiat money are a Ponzi scheme and a scam. These are my opinions and not a financial advice. You have the right to hold your own opinions. Let's dive into this video. First of all, what are pension plans? Usually there are two types of pension plans, which are: number one, state-funded pension plan. For example, in Canada, that's Canada Pension Plan, CPP. Number two, employer pension plan, which is funded through your employer. Let's discuss them case by case. Number one, state-funded pension. These pensions work through collecting portion of people's paycheck. The state pools the collected fund, invests the fund, and guarantees a pension for old age. So let's take CPP as an example to discuss why it's a Ponzi scheme. Number one, it's mandatory. CPP collection by the state is non-consensual in nature. Any trade that's non-consensual is guaranteed to only serve the entity that holds the gun. You cannot opt out of CPP contributions. Number two, conflict of interest. CPP investments are in media companies like Google and pharma companies like Moderna and Pfizer. State likes to be able to influence and control media and pharma companies, and they can do that by being their major investor. This incentivizes these companies to behave according to the wishes of the state instead of behaving freely and honestly. That's a conflict of interest using taxpayers' money. Number three, inflation. As I have said before in my videos, CPI gauge to measure inflation is skewed and incorrect. True inflation is north of 7% per year and not 2%. To give you some perspective, let's say you contributed to CPP your whole working life from 1970 to 2024. And now in 2024, you're receiving maximum CPP benefits that are $1,000 $364 per month. Is this amount sufficient to live a quality life with at age 65 when your rent is about $2,000 for one bedroom apartment in Toronto on average? When adjusted for inflation, your CPI contributions are giving you a negative return on your contributions, not positive return. Another point to note here is that CPP contributions are also made by your employer to the federal government. Number four, poor property rights. Your state-funded pension has poor property rights. It can be seized, confiscated, and inflated easily by the state itself, and if the state defaults on its debt, then say goodbye to your pensions as well. Now let's talk about employer-funded pensions. Everything that is said about state-funded pensions is also true for employer pensions as well, except that employer pensions offer a lot better return for your contributions. The key issues are the same. It's mandatory, has poor property rights, and unethical investments because of conflict of interest. Additionally, if any person withdraws pension early, they get severely penalized. And that's only possible because of its poor property rights, since it's all fiat money. Another great display of poor property rights of fiat pension is 2008-2009 financial crisis, where a lot of people lost their pensions. Conclusion: all pensions only work if they are mandated. However, there is no guarantee by the pension management to fulfill the promise of pension. In addition, by the time you receive your pension, it's worth less than contributions when adjusted for inflation. The only solution to the problem of pension debasement and poor property rights is to have a decentralized monetary system. And so far, the only one that exists is Bitcoin monetary system.